Hi. How are
Come
you?
a long way.
Yes. So it's been a busy morning for you, Nicole.
Yep.
Satellite
You're my
interviews.
43rd interview.
I'm your 43rd interview. Ouch. Okay, I promise to keep
But
this as
I'm
painless
really-
as possible. First of all, The Invasion, based off the the original movie, The Body Snatchers. Were you a fan of The Body Snatchers? Did you watch that one?
I had not seen the Body Snatcher movies until Joel Silver, the producer, said to me, "Are you interested in this film?" And so I'd heard of it, the Donald Sutherland one.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I watched both the movies and I thought, yeah, this is cool. I liked the premise. And I love science fiction because the Alien series is actually some of my favorite movies of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're a sci-fi fan then?
Well, I'm a fan of that particular
Okay.
film.
Right.
And I love the idea of a woman being the centerpiece for a science fiction film. I think it's still unusual in this day and age.
Mm.
We don't have that often.
Well, you've been in a few movies now where your character is being forced to conform to the norm, the sort of Stepford Wives and all that. But what is it about these roles? I mean, you've said that you were a fan of the Alien series and that, but what is it about the roles that you've been in before that draws you to these films?
I think it's with this particular film, it was about a mother protecting her son, and the way in which we can find these extraordinarily powerful emotions within us when we're put under duress or when somebody that we love, and particularly if it's our child, is threatened. And that's, I understand that. And I think that, the discovery of your strength through that is still one of the great arcs in terms of a character to play.
Well, in the film, The Invasion, you are, of course, protecting your son, Oliver, pretty much the entire length of the movie. But there's a lot of action sequences in the film. A lot of car chases and car crashes and whatnot, and getting to fly in a Black Hawk helicopter and all that sort of thing. Was it adrenaline pumping for you to be in these scenes? I mean, do you enjoy doing these action scenes?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the kind of girl that if you can go scuba diving with sharks, I'm like, yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to do that, and I do skydiving, so.
Wow.
So I have.
What's that like? I've never been.
It's fantastic.
I don't think
I
I
got
could.
my skydiving license.
What is that feeling of being in the doorway and saying, right, I'm about to jump out of an airplane?
I've done so many jumps now that you can't explain it. But I suppose that's why I'm drawn to these kind of movies. I like movies that scare you. I like to be scared. I like that sensation of having adrenaline pumping through my blood.
Excellent. Well, you were shooting with Daniel Craig, of course, Mr. 007 himself.
Mr. Adrenaline himself.
Mr. Adrenaline himself. Were there any? I mean, by the time you were shooting the film, that was when he was getting into his superstar status of course, being James Bond.
Well, he got cast in the film when we were making this film, so he went from being unknown to being incredibly famous.
So did you guys, were there any jokes? Did you share any jokes on set about him being...
Not really. I mean, the thing with Daniel is he's such a fine actor, and he's acted since he was, in his early 20s. And so now seeing him come into his own is pretty exciting. And he's taking it all in his stride because he's been around the block so many times, he gets it.
Okay, and this isn't the first film where you two have worked together, of course.
No, this was the first film, and we've done a subsequent film. We've done a film that comes out at Christmas called The Golden Compass, which is a big supernatural film.
Can't wait for that.
Have you
read the books?
Yeah, I love those books. And Philip Pullman is one of the great novelists, so it's such an honour to be able to speak some of his dialogue and play a character that he concocted.
But thank you very much, Nicole. I mean, I'm afraid that's all the
you.
time we've got for today. But
thanks for coming in.
Thank you.